Hello and welcome to Pest Perspectives episode 68. This week I have Richard Barrie on, but before I mention what we're going to talk about, I'll just mention that the podcast is now sponsored by Powered Now, a job management software company that can help you with all your pest control needs, treatment reports, invoices, etc. So yeah, thanks for sponsoring us for a year. And if anyone else wants to sponsor the podcast to help the show, to push the show further, I messed that up, didn't I? Right. If anyone else wants to sponsor the show, they're more than welcome to. Just drop us an email at pestperspectives@gmail.com. And everyone can tell this show is not scripted by that. I make it up on the fly. But this week, we have on Richard Barrie from... Oh, I've lost it now. From...
Bedbugs.
There we go. Bedbug experts, isn't it? That's it. There we go. Right. So how are you doing? And I tell you what, I think you should introduce yourself because I made that sound really crap.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm Richard Barrie. I own the Bedbug Experts. We cover the whole of the UK. A lot of our work subcontract to other pest control companies who want to use heat treatment. But we have a big client base that we also do, which is for major companies. So we are kept really busy.
Oh, nice to hear. So if anyone wonders, Richard did want to come on camera, but due to technical issues, his camera won't switch on for some reason. Now, we tried the iPad, but I could see him and I could hear him, but he couldn't hear me. So we've gone with this option. So if you're wondering, that's why he's not on camera. He wants to be, but the powers that be are not letting him tonight. They're not. So how did you get into pest control then? Initially, when you first started in the industry?
Yeah, so I was in the army, and when I left the army, my friend who worked for Rentokil lost his job, and he introduced me to the managers who were doing interviews, and I started off as a pest technician in the west of Scotland.
Nice.
And then after a couple of years, I became a supervisor, and then I worked my way through to a manager. Then I was a job team manager for Scotland. Then I went to Libya. Done pest control in Libya. We went to kill Libya.
That's interesting. So what kind of pest control did you do over there? Was it what kind of things were you doing then? That's interesting.
So we went over for a £24 million rat contract to clear rats in three cities. And then about 6 months into it, I started Rentokil private business called Rentokil Delta out there.
Okay.
And then a fun fact out there, when we were working there, we had to deal with the bubonic plague. So there's probably maybe only about 15 technicians in the country who've ever dealt with the bubonic plague.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
I would say you're pretty lucky, but it sounds quite scary.
No, it was very good. It was absolutely brilliant. Then I went from there to work in Dubai, helped set up Dubai, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. Done work in Saudi Arabia.
I'm surprised you're not retired. You're a globetrotter.
I was retired.
Was you?
But then I got divorced, so I had to come back to work.
Oh, okay.
No, I like working. It's boring sitting about the house all the time. So then I thought, right, I want to go back to work, but I don't want to do hard work. And because during Rentokil times there was a fumigator, then I actually thought that fumigators could do bed bugs, and we progressed into heat treatments with bed bugs with Rentokil, which I knew was relatively easy, but it was early days then. And we don't have the equipment. We didn't have the equipment that we've got now. So when I left Rentokil, I thought, I don't want to do full-blown pest control. I'll do bed bugs, which is very simple. A couple of jobs, maybe 2 jobs a month, and that'll make my wages for a month.
Okay.
And then
that was the plan. That was the plan.
And then it just grew from there, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah.
Good. So what made you choose? I just got to say hello to the Bedbug Queen and hello, Jackie. I did see your Facebook message. The reason you can't see Richard is because his computer won't on this StreamYard. It won't work. So it's nothing to do with your phone. It's just the fact that the camera's not working. So we're just rolling with it. We are just so you know. So why did you want to deal with bed bugs? Like, obviously.
Well, because I'd worked with Rent-A-Kill and we'd started off doing treatment with heat treatment bubbles. The idea was that I'd initially buy a bubble, but nobody will help you with heat treatments. They won't tell you what equipment to buy. They won't tell you where to buy it, in the early days. And it just so happened that I've seen some electric heaters, and I bought electric heaters. So I bought 3 electric heaters and 1 fan. And then I just started from there. I realised quickly that they didn't work. I then bought more equipment, and you realise it doesn't work. And then so it's a progression. It costs, to get to where we are today, trial and error cost a lot of money.
Well, it sounds to me like tens of thousands of pounds, because that heat kit,
more than tens of thousands.
Wow.
More. And then you're learning all the damage that you do. So nobody tells you what damage. You've actually got to damage something and then realise we'll not do that again because that damaged. So not only
do you mean like, say you've heated a room and you've damaged some of the building, or you've broke a TV or something due to heat? Do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like the electric heaters. First electric heaters I put into a building and bumped 3 squares and 3 carpets.
Oh, okay.
They stuck to the island. The island melted underneath them, and the heaters stuck to the carpet.
Wow.
So
that's a learning curve, isn't it?
Certainly is, and it goes on like that. It's like IKEA furniture would falls to bits. Certain types of IKEA furniture fall to bits because the glue melts, and same with certain types of worktops, certain wardrobes.
That is a nightmare.
Yeah.
So what did you have to in the end? Do you have, like, obviously you've learned over the years, but do you have to now have a prep sheet and a disclaimer to say we have no liability for this?
So we have a prep sheet, that everybody has, general stuff. But what we do now, we do a full inspection before we turn the heaters on. So we tell the people we might have to move stuff. We always have to move stuff. Do you know what I mean? But we might have to move stuff out the heat area. Not TVs and electricals. They don't damage. But it's more things like you don't want aerosols in a room, obviously. You don't want cigarette lighters in a room. You don't you don't want live plants, things like that. Yeah.
Well, I think I'd imagine that live plants you'd kill.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, we have.
You never have?
No, we have. Lots of times.
Oh, you have? Oh.
Sometimes you look at a plant, you think that's plastic, and it turns out to be a live plant.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Well, it's a big learning curve anyway, isn't it? It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And then we've ended up now. We then tried steam.
Steam. Okay.
Yeah. So we done steam, and we still do steam to this day. So we don't steam's something that we use, but we try to use it very sparingly. Because the thing that we see is that from our first treatment, you won't see bed bugs.
Okay.
That's the kind of guarantee we're giving.
I did see that on the website. Actually, I did see that. So yeah.
Now that doesn't always work. Sometimes people will see bed bugs, but that'll all depend on the situation. Like the house we done on Sunday, there was just unbelievable thousands upon thousands of bed bugs. Thousands, absolutely thousands.
Are they the ones you put the pictures up? Yeah, I've seen that. That looks quite bad, that. Yeah.
We only showed one picture because you can't show the people. We don't always show the people stuff, but, it was horrendous. They were actually, the bed bugs were coming out the front door of the flat.
Wow. Did they manage to spread to anywhere else in the building?
Yeah, they spread to our flats, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just it was very, very bad, and that's not the worst one we've done. We've done worse than that, but it's bad. When your guys phone you and say bring suits, We don't use suits because we don't need to, because you stand in front of a heater hose for 1 minute.
Yeah.
Then there's no bed bugs on you. Bed bugs die at 51 degrees.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I tried to get to you, but obviously some jobs you have to wear a suit when you guys are telling you bring a suit.
No, we don't wear any suits ever. We just get in ordinary clothes, like I say, because you just stand in front of the hose for a minute and that they all die.
No, sorry. What I mean is when some of your guys tell you to bring a suit, it's really bad.
Yeah, well, I knew it was bad because I'd done the survey in that one.
Yeah.
Even the person who got us in for the survey wouldn't walk in the flat. They wouldn't even enter the flat.
No, it's.
I can't tell a lot of details about it, but
yeah. No, I don't expect you to. I don't. But obviously, you got that discretion as well, haven't you? Because you're the professional.
Yeah.
It's a distressing situation anyway for someone to have bed bugs in the first place.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some of the ones we do, especially London jobs. London jobs for us, we're in London every day of the week, and some London places, London's a horrendous place for bed bugs. Absolutely. Yeah, it's horrendous. Yeah. So we are in there every day.
You know what? I'll be lucky if I get a few jobs a year in bed bugs where I live. We never seem to get them. Recently, I've been getting a lot of moths and fleas, a few moles, rats and mice. But don't seem to get a lot of bed bugs. But I don't go into Leicester. You see, if we went into Leicester, we're a city, then we probably would. But they'd probably be better to get someone local because of the price.
Yeah, so we've got a guy in Leicester. Actually, stays in Leicester. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
He does Leicester up to Leeds and across to Birmingham and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then further down south.
This is why we get no bed bug work because of you.
Further down south, we've got 5 guys.
Yeah, nice. But no, it's that was a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
We don't really get much call for it. We don't. But
so we're big subcontractors. So like I say, we have a lot of pest control companies who they won't touch bed bugs. They just contact us, and then we give them a price, and they just put a markup.
So that was a question that was going to come up. Do you sub? Yeah. Well, you've just answered it. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Because obviously obviously as you said before, it is a big commitment to buy a piece of kit. Even now, you don't really know what you're buying. You could buy a piece of crap.
And the problem is when people start bed bugs, they underestimate how much it's going to cost for one. So you're looking at, let's say you buy a van. A van's going to cost you 22,000, 25,000 for a van. Then you've got to buy all the heaters.
35 these days or more.
Yeah. And then you've got to buy all the heaters, the fans, the electric cables, all the readings equipment for it. It's staggering, and it breaks down constantly. Cables burn out. So the upkeep of it's quite, is a lot.
So what are we talking for a basic setup? 50
grand? I'd say about 30, between 30 and 40.
It's still a lot, though, isn't it, for someone to put an outlay on, and they don't know whether it's really going to work, isn't it?
Well, I tell everybody, because the last time I was on a podcast, you get lots of calls. I'm starting bed bugs. And then you say right, let's talk about it. You say, how many bed bug jobs do you get a year? And then figure that out, divide that value which you charge them with the money you have to outlay, 30, 40,000. Is it really worth it to have a van sitting there? So a lot of people will jump in, and we get people who come on the phone to us and say, you want to buy the equipment? And no, we don't want to buy your equipment. We've got our own equipment. So it's difficult. Exactly. I feel sorry for people, but you can only tell people, and then it's up to them to dive in.
Do you make your own kit? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I feel sorry for people who buy equipment from,
get
it and buy it, and then they're stuck with it. They're not getting enough work.
Yeah, it is a hard one. I think you should really, if you're you diving. See, to be fair, for a lot of people, that could say you're doing wedding pest control, and you're thinking, bed bugs is loads of money, and you dive in, you spend all that money, it could actually put you out of business.
Considering the fact that my van's 2-year-old and it's done 80,000 miles.
You really do some miles, don't you? Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, that's a lot. Tomorrow I'm up, and the drive tomorrow is not so far. I think I'm 50 miles away tomorrow. I generally leave the house about 5 o'clock in the morning to get to the job for 8:30. So, and then I might not be home till 8 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And some nights, like last week, I had to drive from here to Skegness. That's a 6-hour drive. I've done 2 jobs in Skegness.
I see that because I like to go on holiday to Skegness. It's only an hour and a half from me.
Yeah.
Go Butland. I go to Butland's holiday camp with the kids. Kids.
And then I drove back up here to Dumfries. Yeah.
Wow, that's a drive, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I done one on Sunday. So I worked Friday in Skegness. Saturday I was in Dumfries, and then I went up to a place up the coast called Largs on Sunday.
Okay. So I see. You've actually made your own bedbug monitor. I see.
I did. Yeah, and it's a very, very good one. And I'm not just saying that because I made it. But if you think of bedbug monitors at the minute, there's hundreds of bedbug monitors out.
There is.
And every other one will have they've all got a pheromone on them. So what?
Yeah.
If you imagine let's say there's 10 with pheromones on, every pheromone will be different. Yeah, every manufacturer says that pheromone's the best pheromone in the market.
They will. Yeah.
So when a piece of equipment comes on the market, I automatically buy it.
Okay.
I test it and evaluate it. And I was testing bedbug monitors, and I thought these don't really work. They're rubbish. But what I did notice that anybody that does regular bedbug jobs will notice that bedbugs love wood. They absolutely love it.
Yeah.
And I thought, right, I'm going to make a wooden bedbug monitor, and that's what I done. So after a couple of trials and error, I made it. It took about 3 years actually to finish it.
Oh,
then I sent it down to Richard Naylor for testing. Dr.
Richard? Yes, nice.
And he said it was one of the best he'd ever seen. So yeah.
Well, that's quite a statement coming from Richard.
Yeah,
The guy tests everything.
Everything, yeah.
He even chucks bed bugs in his bed with him.
Yeah. He's very good.
Have you ever done that?
And I never will. No chance.
But they'll be like, I know who this guy is, and run.
Now I know that I'm not going to carry bed bugs home. I know that. I absolutely know that. Never, and all the time I've been doing it, I never carry bed bugs off. But when I was married, my wife still made me strip at the front door, and I had to take all my clothes off, take them up, and put the washing machine. I wasn't allowed to walk in with.
Killed though, wouldn't they? You in that room, they'd all be killed. Like you clothes get hot too, don't you?
Yeah, they're all killed. Yeah. So yeah, definitely.
But couldn't she see that then? Even when you told her?
No. Even the guys that work for me, their wives make them strip off at the door.
Really? You need to understand.
Yeah. Yeah. When they see some of the pictures.
Oh, that's probably what puts them off, but they will die with the amount of heat.
Yeah.
How to say, have you ever done these? I've heard about these big London jobs where you do the entire block. How does that work then? When you do the whole block, is it room by room, or do you warm the whole building up? No,
there's not enough heaters to do that. So the biggest one we did was 55 bedrooms.
Damn! Wow.
So and we just we heated up in blocks of 10 at a time. So it takes us just about 6 days to do it.
So how long does it take? Obviously, let's do a comparison from when you started doing heat treatments to now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've heard the old equipment used to take 3, 4, 5 hours to warm up. Does it take not long now?
It used to take 8 hours to do a heat treatment at one time. Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah. So you know that there's different types of heat treatments. There's pods, you know, that you've probably seen them. It's a chamber. The one that Rentokil started to use. There's stacks where people put it in the middle of the floor, put a polythene sheet over it, and then there's space, which we do. Which space we don't take the clothes out of the room. We don't tell them to wash them. We don't tell them to boil wash their clothes. We just put the hose in, put fans in, and then heat the whole room up.
Okay.
So our heaters from the minute we switch them on, in about 5 minutes, the whole room's at 55 degrees.
Is that all that's needed to kill bed bugs then? 55.
So they die at 51.
Okay.
So we'll hold the heat between 51 or 50, and so there's a time scale. At 51, they'll die in 1 minute.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But if it's only 48, it takes hours. So
that's strange.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah.
That is very strange.
Yeah. And what happens is ours heat them up rapid, so you knock down very quickly. You don't have time to run away. At 45 degrees, bed bugs think to themselves, "Holy shit, I'm going to die here," and they start to run up the way. They'll run onto the beds and they'll try and run, but they're always aiming for cold places. So we tell the people, don't make your bed, just jump out in the morning. We heat the room up, and all the bed bugs will go under the pillows and the quilt, and then we wait till it's 55 degrees. Then we hang those up and kill all the bed bugs.
So how long does it take you to get to the temperature of 55 degrees then?
About no more than 10 minutes.
See, that's amazing how technology changes.
Yeah.
So you said it used to take like 8 hours, and now it takes 55 minutes. That's really shows how far it's moved on. It does.
The problem is that, and I get this a lot when people phone me up and they've bought the equipment. They get the room to 50 degrees and then they switch it off and think that's it. That's not it.
Oh.
You have to allow the everything to heat up to 55 degrees. So you have to constantly be taking readings and moving the fans and circulating the air, because we're not really interested in the adult bed bugs. They're dead easy to kill. It's the eggs. We're trying to hard boil eggs, and that's what we're trying to do.
Right. I've got a question here.
Yeah, I
have from LinkedIn. I've got on my phone. That's why I'm looking down, because it's come up as LinkedIn user. It's actually someone called Lee Darby. Does the heat penetrate materials such as cardboard, wood, etc., to treat clothes in wardrobes or cupboards, etc.? I think she does bed bugs. She does.
Yeah, so it does. Yeah. But you've got to allow, like I say, it's a soak-in time. It's no use getting to 55 and switch that off. You have to let the heat soak in. So the minimum that we're going to have temperature in at any time is 4 hours.
Okay.
That's the minimum. We're going to keep it at 55.
Okay. So would you are you there like in one property all day per job, or do you just do room by room? Or
no, we heat a whole house at one time.
You heat a whole house. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose what do you just put heaters in each room, or does it depend on the layout?
It depends on the layout. Yeah.
So obviously sometimes can you have an adjoining room that's next to it, but the heat will go through the walls with it, or
no. You have to have a hose in every room. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you have the machine, but you can have multiple hoses coming out of it. Is that right? Or
yeah. So there's generally well we have got machines that can 2 hoses come out of, but most of the machines is 1 hose, and you put a splitter box on it.
Okay.
And split it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fair question. It is.
Yeah.
I know she's very much into bed bugs.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the bedbug queen's not asked many questions here, but she's not asked much. She hasn't. when I hang on. Lee says, I thank you. I asked because I had to use a heat. There we go. Thank you. I asked because I had to use a heat treatment on one job, and they told me it doesn't penetrate into drawers or wardrobes or items in cardboard boxes, etc. Thank you for clarifying.
You can't. So drawers, we open the drawers. Do you know what I mean? So we'll open the drawers, we'll open the wardrobes. But if you've got it in a box, let's say you've got clothes in a cardboard box, then we would spill that out, and spread it out across the living room, or across the bedroom. So
sounds like you just say anything you want doing, chuck it in a heap, love.
Chuck it
all in.
Yeah, don't put it in black. People put it in black bags, and we have to rip the black bags open and spread the clothes about. Yeah, it's all about the air movement.
Yeah. So
if you've got enough fans in there blowing it a certain direction for enough time, then it'll penetrate. Yeah.
That's good to hear. Great question. Thanks for that. Also, Jason was saying from Ask Pest Control that he did a bed bug job today, and he had to strip off in the garage standing in a plastic bag.
There you go.
Yeah. But no, so obviously you do specialise in bed bugs because that's the name. But is that the only pest you deal with?
No. I also have a pest control company.
Oh, do you? Is that a different name then? Is that?
Yeah, it's a different name. That's separate. Yeah.
Well, what's it called? Out of interest.
It's just called the local one. It's just called the Ayrshire Pest Control.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's just a local company, for this region. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't work in that, but I've got people who do that.
Nice. You've actually got a business that runs itself then.
Yeah.
Well, nice. That is what they say the dream is. Successful business can run itself.
No, the dream is invent the bed bug monitor and retire and get residual income.
Yeah. Can people now? If someone wanted to buy your bed bug monitor, do you sell it to people or not?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so it's got a website.
I will put that in the description after the show. So if anyone wants to test it out, it does sound good because you're right. Because bed bugs do like wood, going on wood.
So it's a long-term bed bug monitor. It's not like at the minute if you buy a cardboard one, it probably lasts maybe a month and then it gets dusty and it's and it's no use. The Clearview bed bug monitor is designed that when you go on holiday, you take it on holiday with you. You put it in your suitcase. You come back. You put it back into your bed. It's designed to be moved about with you. So.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I think I sent you the picture of the hotel.
You did, and I forgot to actually upload it to put it in here.
Yeah, I mean they were one of the first customers a year and a half ago. They bought those monitors.
Yeah,
and then they hadn't been checking them monthly, like they're supposed to do. Yeah. And they pulled the bed out the other day there, and lo and behold, it was full of bed bugs.
Oh. See, had they been checking it monthly, they could have been on top of it more. They
would have been well on top of it. As it was, then we have to heat that room, the rooms either side, the room above and below. So the cost escalate.
Costly mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you, because we were chatting about moths the other day, is you mentioned that you use these parasitic wasps. You do.
Yeah, parasitic wasps.
So is that just like for house moth, like clothes moth? Is that
carpet moth? Yeah.
So what's
they come in a sachet. You get about 2,000 in a sachet. They're very small. You can hardly see them, and there's only a little pinprick. You just set the sachet in the floor, and then let it. They start to hatch over 3 weeks or something like that. And you put moth traps in to trap the male moths.
Yeah.
And then the parasitic wasp do everything else. Yeah.
It sounds good though, because obviously it's non-toxic, but a lot of it though as well is the way you probably have to word it to the customer. Because I'm going to let loads of wasps off in your house, but you can't see them and you won't get stung.
Yeah, but the thing is, the big sell is it's non-toxic.
Yeah.
So you're not using a chemical.
No, you're not.
That's the thing. And they die, they're sterile. You know, they can't breed. So it's not as if you're going to get.
So, you know, with that, to add a technical question, if someone was to have, say, a window open, they wouldn't just fly out the window, would they?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
They're more likely to be in the carpet, crawling about the carpet.
Yeah, to be fair though, if someone had in that region, I would say keep your windows shut.
Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to say, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. But no, I'm close to trying it. It sounds so cool. It really does.
In the pest control side, we have been trying. We've been trying to move away from poisons. You know, we've been trying to buy electronic mouse boxes. We've been doing things like that rather than trying to use so much poisons and insecticides.
Yeah, I have trialed a digital box. I did the Syngenta 24/7 monitoring. It's a hard one because you only got monitors in. It's like when it has an activation, it's like you've got to learn how many activations you need to warrant baiting it.
Yeah,
because
correct.
You can have 50 or 40 activations. It might be a quarter of the block.
Yeah,
it might be.
You've got to try all these things, and it takes a bit of time to figure out.
Yeah, it was an official trial. I didn't pay for it. It was through the MPTA, obviously. But this was before I became a board director. It was before that, because I was like mouthing off on LinkedIn like I do. I say digital is not for small businesses, and people seen it, and they said, "Do you want to try one? Do you want to try it then?" Oh, all right. But I liked it, but I said that it's got to be the right client and the right customer.
And the right place.
If you've got to say a food site or someone that's a bit more high priority, then it would probably work better. That would.
Yeah.
But
it's difficult to do it.
It's basically the cost. The costs were quite substantial. They were. So it'd have to be someone more high end. So I didn't, in my review of it, I didn't totally slag it off. I just said, I feel that if a small business had a bigger site and it's higher end, then it probably might suit that site because of the costs.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking 500 quid a year. We're not.
Yeah.
You know,
costs a big issue in pest control, and people are always wary of it. They say, like, the client can't afford that. You're thinking, and that's people thinking they're judging a client, you know what I mean? So you have to give them.
Agree.
I'm probably, for me to come and do something's really expensive, you know what I mean? Doing the heat treatment, but you get what you pay for. You'll get a good night's sleep that night. I don't have to, follow up. Although I do follow up because I feel that when people are paying that much money, they deserve a follow up. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I did.
No, you are right though. It is a big thing in pest control because we've changed the way we are now. We offer a lot more than we used to because you're right. There's a big mentality. I've seen it on the groups, and they actually say, "I know my customers won't want that, and he won't want to pay for that."
Yeah.
Rather than asking the client, say, "Here's your options.
Yeah.
Do you want them or do you just want this?"
So anybody that's worked for Rent-A-Kill for a long period of time would do that because they know there's no Rent-A-Kill prices. They know that the customers pay for it. So people, anybody that's worked for Rent-A-Kill is going to go in and charge top dollar.
They will because they've got the experience and they've also got the sales experience of how to sell it as well.
Correct.
But a lot of people who come from smaller companies haven't got that experience. But I'm just getting. We do now do a lot of in rodent. We do a lot of proofing now.
Yeah.
I always should have done, but I wasn't confident in how to ask people how to, But now I word it as an optional survey. It's free. Basically, when we do a riddance on a rat or a mouse, we now offer them, I'm not going to guarantee that you'll never get anything again, but these areas could reduce access, and we offer them that. And a lot, to be fair, recently I've had a lot of them say yes. to
Yeah,
it. So it
we've got
just shows you
on our quote sheet when we're quoting for a job.
Yeah.
It'll say, right, we're going to do the rats and mice for X amount.
Yeah.
But additional service, you need that proofing. So we proof anything up to the size of a 10 pence free of charge.
Yeah.
Anything above that 10 pence we charge. And we put that on the sheet and say, we're going to do this. We'll do this. It'll cost you this. The total price is this. And that's the way Rent-A-Kill will do it.
Yeah.
Multiple. So when you get into a premise, you should be quoting 3 other things at all times, not just rats and mice. So you should be quoting three other things, options.
Okay.
So let's say let's take a house, for example.
Yeah.
If you were walking into a house and you're saying, right, you've got mice, you would be offering to do the vent covers. That's one option.
Yeah.
Brush strip is another option.
Yeah.
So there's three things you've just quoted for the one house.
Okay.
Add in bait stations, monitoring points, long-term.
Oh, I know they love their bait stations. They do.
Long-term contracts.
Yeah.
Will come and visit you. So you shouldn't be quoting. You shouldn't be walking in and blindly quoting for a pest control job. I'll do a 3 treatment job for rats and mice, and then just walking out the door. There's more opportunity there.
Well, that's what we do now. Obviously, we do the resident's job, but we also now offer them the additional proofing, and it's really worked.
Yeah.
Stuff that I didn't think would happen. Like recently, we got a quite substantial house. This isn't a normal house. Quote got accepted. It was nearly $2,000.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a lot of vent covers and all sorts. But
yeah.
I was a bit like, oh, shall I? I'll do it. And then she never accepted the quote. And when I went on the visit last time, I mentioned it to her. She said, oh, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. And then I came downstairs from doing what I was doing. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll have it.
Yeah.
It's
like the bed bugs. So when I walk into let's say a hotel, I'll offer them the bed bug treatment. I'll then offer them the Clearview bed bug monitors, and I'll offer them a contract for me to come in and check those. And if I find them, we'll give them reduced cost in the heat treatment. That's really good. That is. I imagine that you get a lot of people take you up on that. Do you? Yeah, we've got a couple.
You've got thousands. That means
we've got a couple.
No, that's a good idea. But yeah,
so
if you're listening,
at the minute, because people, there's people starting the pest control industry, and I was fortunate to start with Rent-A-Kill, but people just starting going a course, so they've no sense of what to charge. But at the minute, we've got people going in and doing bed bug jobs for £125, £150.
That's well too cheap. Well too cheap.
But
that is.
You'll never get a bed bug job off me for any less than £1,000. I wouldn't even walk. I wouldn't go out of bed for £1,000.
Oh, I was about to say that. You beat me to it there.
So it's.
You did.
I think that people in the whole pest control industry, a lot of people are in a race to the bottom.
I agree. It's. You got to charge what you think you're worth, and because a lot of people. I'm not saying everyone is, but a lot of people don't take into consideration the costs of the job, the cost of the materials. If you're in a trade body, van insurance, wages, etc.
Exactly. Yeah, it was just about your national insurance, your staff wages, everything that goes with it. There's a calculation that you have to make, and you have to add everything in. And when somebody says to you, "Why is it so expensive?" you just rattle those off.
Yeah,
I'll tell you why it's so expensive. I've got to pay for vans, insurances, blah 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 blah, and rattle those off to the customer.
No. They don't think of none of that, obviously, because they don't have the business mindset. But there's a lot of pest controls that don't think about any of that. I've seen people say, "Oh no, the cost of a wasp nest is cost to do a wasp nest."
Yeah.
I see it online, 30 quid. I said, "Shut up! You don't even know what you're talking about.
No.
£30 to do a wasp nest." Yeah, right.
You can't.
But they don't think of. But they don't. I don't mean the price they're going to give the customer. their cost to do it.
Yeah.
But they don't take everything else into account. They don't.
Once again, it's all about they haven't taken into account the cost of the vehicle, the insurance, the tyres, the petrol to get there.
Exactly.
You know, everything else. Anybody that's doing a wash nest for £30, it's off their head.
Yeah, let them do it. I do not charge that.
I'll tell you where you should. I'll tell you where you should be pricing. If Rentokil's £300 to do a wash nest, you should be anywhere below that.
I did. I tell you what I did, and it was a couple of years ago now. There was a contract pub that had them, and they charged. These were easy. These were in the Vicam days, obviously.
Yeah.
A few years ago now, and there was two. They were very simple, probably two poles, not very high up in the eaves. One at the front, one at the back. It was £1,600 for 2 nests.
Yeah.
They rang me, and I did it for, well, at the time I think it was $250 for both. Yeah. So not bad. I tried to get the contract for the pub, but it never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
It did, but you know.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, once again, it's what you can't think what the client's thinking. You know, you can't say you've got to make a living. Nobody should be charging the sale nowadays out for any less than £50 an hour. That would be the minimum. I would say.
You're right, because we're supposed to be a skilled trade. We are.
Yeah.
And
I'm talking £50 an hour plus 20% for prep.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So yeah. So also Jason's got a question here. Which of your monitors do you think work the best? He's obviously been on your website. The standard or the dark top ones?
So the dark top ones are for when they're lying out in the open. So bed bugs, we know, generally like dark areas, don't we? So let's say you were lying it out, you know, somewhere where it was light. That's why the dark ones are there. So you're lying it in a carpet or something like that. Then the light to get into the dark. Yeah.
Okay.
But the white ones are superb. They're superb monitors. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go, Jason. He's probably been looking on your site. You might notice a sale going through soon. You never know.
Oh, I know Jason.
Oh, you do? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good guy. Mate, have you ever tried his downpipe Chad guards? Yeah.
No.
They're very good. A very good product. They are.
Yeah. I tend not to look at the.
Well, you're that busy. Yeah, but you're that busy with bed bugs. I wouldn't imagine you'd have time.
At the minute, I'm spending a bit more because one of my guys died, and I've got a new start. So I'm kind of
sorry to hear that, mate. Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
Has he worked for you for a long time?
We worked together for 34 years.
Oh goodness, that must have been wound. Yeah, sorry to hear about that.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
It was a shame.
That is. Yeah.
But I've got a new start work up now, and they're really into TikTok and everything, so they do all the TikTok with it. It's very funny.
Oh, have you got? Out of interest, has your business got a TikTok?
It's got
account?
one, but we don't use it much. You know,
get him on it. Get him on it.
I've got a web guy who does all that sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So I do it.
Yeah,
not.
If he's but if this lad's young, is he going to be?
No, it's a girl.
A girl, but if she's into it, let her do some TikTok. You'll find that she probably do a better job than your web guy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she started doing them, so she's quite funny.
Oh yeah, that's good then. Because a lot of them videos can get like, I've got videos on there that it was me telling people not to block a wasp nest hole.
Yeah.
212,000 views. Half of the world telling me I'm an idiot. Don't know what you're talking about. And the others saying, no, he's right. I tried doing that. And they still came through into my living room. But
funny enough, she gets stung today. So, yeah. So she's
what's she doing a wasp nest then?
No, she was standing. We were looking at a wasp nest, but she was standing like 12 feet back, and one just come up and stung her.
I've had that before. Yeah, in the head, and I've got no hair. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I wasn't doing the wasp nest. I just got stung.
Yeah. No, she doesn't do it without being fully suited up.
Oh, that's the way you should be. But
yeah.
you know these parasitic wasps? Do you know if they can deal with any other kind of insects or not? Is it just moths?
I don't know. I just, the guy, I can't remember how I came up. I had heard about them years ago. Then it popped up in a feed somewhere, and I thought, right, okay, I'm going to do these if they're cheap enough. Rent-a-kill, when we were in Libya, not Libya, we were in Dubai, we get, Rent-a-kill come out with the ones that kill the flies. So there's millions of flies, you can imagine. And we were doing the ruler of Dubai's stables, and he didn't want any flies. So So we were getting the parasitic wasps to kill the flies there. And that was the first time I heard of them. Yeah.
Oh, so there is a version that does flies then. Okay.
Yeah.
Because my mate was asking me, he says, I've heard there's some fly version. So I'll have a look on that dragonfly site you recommended.
Yeah.
I don't
know how the fly ones, I don't know how they went in the end, because we couldn't get permission to bring them in the country or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But they were available at the time.
I'll have to say, I will I'll have a look on that drug. I've actually tried to add one of them on LinkedIn. I'll see if I can get the guy from Dragonfly to come on the podcast and have a talk. I will. He's been on the other. He's been on the other podcast, the Beauties and Beasties. He's been on there before. He has.
Yeah, he'll be an interesting guy.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
so what do you think future of the bed bug world is? What do you think? You're going to say heat, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say really. There's products come on the market every other day for bed bugs. Now, even when I was in Rent-a-Kill, every single company would bring a product and go, "This is the greatest thing since sliced bread." This will be the end of it. This will be the end of it. But in reality, the bed bugs just keep adapting and adapting and adapting. And they just, I don't know. I think it's just going to go on and on for a long time. There was one in America that's out just now, which I think they're trying to get into the UK, which gave them a mold, like a bacteria in them, a mold that eat them for
that will be out eventually. You're on about Apprehend, didn't you?
Apprehend, yeah.
Richard Naylor's tested it, I believe, or he is testing it. So I believe they reckon. I don't know how far away, a year or two away. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it will be coming to the UK.
Yeah, no doubt. But once again, that's a long-term thing. So you spray it and it takes a long time to kill them.
Yeah. So people don't, obviously it's not the biggest of game changers because America's got it and they've still got bed bugs.
It's the same with there's not a product in the market at this very time that would actually stop bed bugs. You know what I mean? It's not. There's no game changers on there. None.
That is one word I hate. If someone puts a game changer, I'm like, I don't want to try that because it puts me off because I think no, it ain't.
Yeah. So I know the bedbug queen's on. She's that chin checks dust, and I'm quite sure that Rent-a-Kill had a version of that 20 years ago.
There was something, weren't there? That was registered with the with the HSE.
Yeah,
there was.
Yeah,
and they let it run out. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of dust.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was. It's roughly. It was the same thing. But what happened was it came on the market. Rent-a-Kill pushed it big time, and it wasn't for bed bugs. Then it was for cockroaches.
Okay.
But it suddenly it died a death. It was as if it was taken off the market. It just never went anywhere. And Rent-a-Kill withdrew it as a product.
Oh, well, I suppose if you spend that much on it, you've got to get a return on investment, ain't you? You have.
Yeah. Especially how much it costs to do a product.
Registering, they reckon it costs millions.
Yeah.
You can spend all that money and then they say no. They can't.
Yeah. It's like, once again, the bedbug, Clearview bedbug monitor, the amount of money then to patent it and everything like that, is substantial. You've got to build models, test them. You send them to Dr.
Yeah.
Richard. He tests them, and then that doesn't work, and then you come back, you test it again till you get the correct one. So it's doing anything nowadays, and that's nothing compared to an insecticide. An insecticide is millions to bring onto the market.
Yeah, they are. It's like there's more leaving the market than there is joining, because they reckon it's something like 6 to 8 years or something to actually get something registered that's an insecticide or like a bait. Because obviously, when it comes to introducing new active ingredients, they reckon there's a new one found once in a generation.
Yeah,
a lot of it, because a lot of the baits that they have on the market, a lot of them are they've just changed them up slightly. A lot of them are just mixtures of different. There's no massive innovations. Everyone talks about cilantro, but some people say it works, some people say it don't. Yeah. But it all depends on the situation.
Yeah. So we used to use that in a liquid form, so it would come in a black liquid, and you had to get like fish guts, measure it out exactly, mix it in with the fish guts, and then you put it down for the rats.
Oh.
Or depending on what they were eating,
Yeah.
On certain different areas you put different ones in. Yeah.
I heard of one that someone told me about. Obviously, it was long before my day. Alpha chlorose, used to put it in corn. Used to mix it up in buckets of corn. Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah.
They reckon it got banned because the birds used to die or something. Yeah. It used to be everywhere.
Yeah, well, they used to take off. If somebody scared the pigeons, they would take off, and then you've got like a 1 pound flying bomb. That was the problem.
Yeah.
So it would start to fly away, and then it would pass out, and then it would just come down like a bomb.
Well, yeah, because I think obviously some people back then just put it anywhere out in the open, etc.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
We did. Yes.
Anywhere we wanted.
I think it's back, but I think it's in a block form called Black Pearl. Right. I've never tried it. I've never tried that one.
There used to be a poison called Lindane, and I'm sure that if there's any older pest controllers on there, they'll have heard of it. And when I was first getting shown, when I first started, which was 43 years ago, my supervisor says, go into the van and you'll get a tub and it says Lindane on it and bring it in. So I walked in with the tub, and in those days you had to sign you off that you were cleared to use every poison. So every individual poison you had to be cleared on. And he opened the lid with a mask on, the gloves on, and he had half a teaspoon out, and he put it down the hole, and he shut it up and he says, right, you know how to use that, never open that tub again. It was that deadly. It was carcinogenic, and it lasted for 99 years.
Wow.
And in those days, in the cities, they used to pour it into the wall cavities in kilo bags.
Oh, how the world's moved on.
Yeah.
Wow. I always, because many years ago, there was this thing where, what's that one? It's not the same stuff that they reckon that if you were to breathe it, your heart would stop and you'd be dead on the spot. It's cyanide.
Cyanide, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't want to. You'd be dead just like that.
But still,
and you can't, and you wouldn't be able to use a mask, would you? Because they reckon if you can smell almonds, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
So you couldn't wear a mask. Is that right or something?
Yeah, that's right. One of the poisons. Yeah. When I was in Libya, they used to buy fish stocks in the market, and to treat the cockroaches in the house while they were in there. So what used to happen is they used to. And this happened even when I was in Dubai. They bought it in the market, treated the flat, and all the people downstairs died.
Wow.
And it used to happen in Libya all the time. You could just walk into the market and buy tubes of fistoxin.
Hell, there was a case here, though, weren't there?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that case where some people, I don't know how they got it in the country, they bought, was it aluminium phosphate?
Yeah,
and a little girl downstairs on her birthday died.
Yeah.
It came through the floor.
Was that not in Leicester? I think that was in Leicester.
I don't know where it was. It may have been. I don't know. But they reckon they brought it in, somehow got it through customs.
Yeah.
It seems a bit dodgy to me. I don't know how you get that through.
Literally in some of those countries, you can walk into the market and buy literally anything, any type of poison, anything you want. Most of it comes from China, and when you read the labels straight away, it's all carcinogenic. So part of the thing when we were in Libya was we worked with the government to try and get all those poisons withdrawn off the market because people are just dying.
Did it work?
Nah.
No.
As long as people they don't care. It's just not one of those things that they worry about. You know what I mean? So,
do you think it's changed or just still the
No,
same?
it won't change. Wherever they can make money, they'll make money.
Yeah.
So in Libya, I'm trying to think his name now. The rat guy from Reading University, he came out because they wanted to do the testing of the rats, so they cut off their tails and send it away for testing to see if they're immune to the poison. And he'd been all over the world, and he said that it was the most rat-infested places he'd ever been in his life. They were literally just walking down the street beside you.
Bloody hell!
Yeah.
Wow.
And then in the bubonic plague, when we'd done the bubonic plague, I flew back here on holiday, and I literally landed at the airport and it says, get back on the airport, get back on the plane, fly back up, they've got bubonic plague. And we were there for 8 weeks.
So how did you deal with that then?
So it spread. People think it's the rats, it's the fleas that are on the rats, not the rats. It's actual fleas. So what you have to do is you've got to treat all the burrows. So you can't. It's spread by the fat sand rat, which is immune to bromadiolone and all that because you only eat salt bushes. So what we did was we had the army, 50 soldiers lined up, and they'd walk forward, stick a sticker in the burrow. Then we'd have guys come along, pump dust in there to kill the fleas as much as they could. Then we would drop for stocks and close the burrow and just gas the fat sand rats in the burrow. And we had to do that round all the villages. But while you were walking there,
I bet you felt really important when you had the army with you as well, didn't you?
Well. So just where we were walking, Tobruk was one of the most mined places in the world during the Second World War. It's still one of the most, other than Ukraine now, where there's the most landmines. So camels get blew up all the time and everything like that. So as you were walking along, you were finding old pineapple grenades, you were seeing landmines, you were seeing everything.
Yeah,
lying there. So you had to avoid it and not walk on them or touch them. So
goodness, mental.
Yeah,
you've seen it all, mate. You have.
Yeah,
you have. But yeah, no, it's been a good chat. It has.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot, and I'm sure people watching have learned a lot.
Yeah,
it's been a great chat. Thanks for coming on. So, if anyone wants to use your services to subcontract, would you like to tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, just go to the website, the Bedbug Experts.
And I will put all that information in the description when I publish it properly.
Yeah,
I will. But yeah, no, thanks for coming on.
No problem. I'm sorry my camera didn't work, but I don't know what was wrong with it.
Well, at least your voice works. Because when I first tried to book you, like, I haven't got a voice, mate. I've had surgery.
Yeah, I just had surgery in my throat. Yeah,
you did. So your voice is doing well.
Yeah.
I can understand you anyway because you said to me you got a thick Scottish accent.
I
can hear it. I can understand you perfectly.
I'm concentrating on trying to speak slowly.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
It's a mental effort.
I've got a Scottish family though.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my family, I don't know whether you know, there's a place near me called Corby, and a lot of people moved from Scotland down to the steelworks in Corby.
Yeah.
They did. So that's how the Scottish element, and then met. They set up there, and they call Corby mini Scotland, but not so much these days.
Yeah,
they do. Because most of the steelworks now, it's been all been knocked down. But the last of it's been knocked down now.
Yeah.
But anyway, Richard, thanks for coming on. Everyone seems to have enjoyed it. Jason said, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
And Jackie said it a very interesting podcast. Thank you. But yeah, thanks for coming on. I'll just end the stream, but if you want to hold on for just a second, I will chat to it. So thanks, everyone, and I'll see everyone next week on the podcast.